So, just as I was about to film yet another bug video for The Sims 4, The Sims Direct Communications did go ahead and make a tweet, so I thought I would add it in today's video. So there's an array of different bugs happening in The Sims 4 right now. Even after the last few updates, the bugs still continue. However, The Sims Direct Communications is keeping us updated and there will be different fixes and stuff, but is it going to be enough? So they went ahead and made this post here just a few minutes ago when I'm filming this. Next week, we'll be releasing an update based on your feedback to reduce ailment frequency by up to 75% and improve balance tuning in Enchanted by Nature. Plus, we're looking to resolve a few top reported concerns, including werewolf nose colors. Thank you for all your feedback. Okay, so let's talk about this for a minute before we go into the bugs that people are having. Ailments have already been driving me crazy, and I feel like I haven't even had that much of them, but just the few that I've had, I'm just like, hell no, I can't. So I don't really know if it was the best feature, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the idea of ailments is good, but then once actually in the game, it's kind of just more annoying than anything. So I want to know down below if you guys feel that way too. I know a lot of people do, but I am curious if anyone likes the ailments. Some of them do have positive effects that can be great for things like rags to riches. Like some of them, your sim will get random money and stuff like that when they sneeze or whatever. I don't know. There's so many different ones. There's also a lot of ailments though, and they're hard to keep up with. And people have been saying at least, one sim in their household always has an ailment, which is really frustrating. It's like, one sim gets better and then another one gets another ailment. Also, they want to improve the balance tuning. So hopefully we see some improvements with that. But the fact that they want to reduce the ailment frequency up to 75% gives me hope that maybe I will start to like it after that, because 75% is a lot. So I'm curious how less frequent they will actually happen. And then also, interesting how they mention werewolf nose colors. I haven't heard anything about that. I haven't played with werewolves in quite some time, but usually I see things around. I haven't seen anything about that. So I want to know down below if you're having issues with your werewolf nose colors, because that is really, really random. And I have no idea what would have caused that, but at least they're going and resolving it. Here's hoping things will get better with that soon. But now on to all the other bugs that hasn't even really been mentioned by the Sims team, so I really hope they go and fix these. Also, this isn't even half of them. This is just ones that I felt like were brought up a lot, and I saw like multiple posts about them, or I saw lots of comments about them and stuff like that. Like there is so many more bugs going on that I'm not even going to talk about today. Not to mention all the bugs I've seen you guys comment about in my comments. There is just so much going on right now that I feel like is almost like beyond repair. Okay, so this first one is just from a couple hours ago, and it says here, Sims autonomously falling in love without any interaction. I have neighborhood stories turned off for all of my households, and yet they are randomly falling in love with other Sims on their own and with no interaction. They also mention that this is with their save that has no CC or mods. They just started playing with the Pancake household for the first time, and noticed that Eliza is now in love with Dennis Kim without any interaction. Okay, so that's wild. Yeah, you can see here, that's exactly what's happening. Very frustrating, especially when you're storytelling, but even frustrating if you don't storytell, because like you could have a plan for a sim and then all of a sudden it's just, you're like, wait, what? I want to know if any of you guys are having this issue. I did see a few posts about it, so they're definitely not the only person experiencing this. This next one here says, can't shoo away fairies from potted plants on surface. Sim refuses to shoo away fairies because of a can't reach error when I try to shoo away fairies for a potted plant or flower that's on top of a surface, counter, or table. Okay, so then they have to go ahead and go into build mode and move it, and it also happens with the connect with plant. This is interesting because I've actually had this happen with other things, not just the potted plants. I feel like Sims always act like they can't get to things that they clearly can. Move objects is not on. It's in a very open surface. It's just really weird. So this next one is under investigation, and I think this is really important to talk about. So I talked about this in some other videos. Basically, this says here, black Sims, lost texture after patch. So this is when the entire Sim just looks like they have been painted black. And you would think this would be from something like a missing custom content skin tone. But no, this has been happening to people for not only the Sims, but also the pets. So it started with the pets with one of the recent updates, and then now it's happening to Sims as well. Now, this would make sense if people are using like custom content skin, but the thing is, it's not even the case. So I truly have no idea idea why this is happening. People have even said this is happening to them on console. So this next one I found was actually posted a little while ago, but supposedly it's still under investigation. So I am pretty curious if anyone else is experiencing this still to this day. So this says here eyes/eyelids issue. So I'm a modder and an animator, and it seems that the eyelids didn't translate correctly in the game like it used to be since this bug was introduced. And it's still there with the new patch. When the sim looks downside, the bottom eyelids don't move at all, making sims look creepy. The eyes go inside the eyelid. I did some animations with the eyelids moving down while the eyes are looking down, and the animation from the eyelids doesn't translate correctly in the game at all. It affects any animations in the game right now. And here's some little videos with the bug. So this is what it basically looks like. So you guys can let me know if you have this problem as well. And this is also without the bug. So if you guys are having trouble seeing the difference here, so you can see without the bug and then with the bug. Okay, so that's really strange and odd. Now let's go into another one that is an issue with the whole new luck system. Bad luck makes items break constantly. Ever since installing Enchanted by Nature, things constantly, obsessively, pathetically, abhorrently been breaking. It's truly awful. Within the span of 2 sim days, I had 3 broken toilets, computer broke twice, 2 broken sinks, 1 broken shower, 1 broken fridge, and 1 broken TV. There are no ghosts on my lot, it is not cursed, no paranormal activity, lot trades, I have 0 mods, and play on PC. So that's really frustrating. See, I feel like these new systems are just more of an annoyance than anything, because the idea behind the luck system I feel like is really good. You know, like I am actually excited about it, but then I feel like when you enter the bad luck, it's just too excessive. I mean, if that many things are breaking all day, like you spend your whole day repairing things, or your sims are going broke because you're just like hitting replace. And that's just the whole thing. That's too much to deal with in one day or 2 sim days. Still, that's a lot. And I feel like just, you know, for a sim being in the bad luck category, that's just like too much happening all at once. Because not to mention other things happen to your sims too when they have bad luck, not just things breaking. So then like other things going on plus everything breaking in your home all combined, that's just like a nightmare. Okay, so this is a really weird one. Partnered sims turn into siblings. A few minutes into playing after updating, my sim gets a call from her cousin to say that the cousin is now in a relationship with her own brother. I went into the other family to check, and sure enough, they have a romance bar and are tagged siblings, sweethearts, and partners. That is not okay. Okay, I don't know why things like this always happen in the game. Weird things happen when it comes to which sims can be romantic with each other, inappropriate things happening, and I don't know how that happens. I mean, problems are bound to happen with relationships and stuff like that with how big this game is and stuff, but it always seems to be something weird with families, or I don't know, just things that can entirely ruin your gameplay. And there is comments down below that have the same issue. I haven't experienced that yet, and here's hoping that I don't, because that would absolutely just ruin my whole save. So we have another one here. I just wanted to pull it up because it's the same exact topic. Game aligning relationships with family members. Next, there seems to be a huge issue right now with the children stretching weird with certain animations and all that. I was noticing a pattern as I was scrolling through the different bugs people are having, and I was like, okay, wait, why is there so many for children stretching? So you can see here, this one is with high school years. Children stretch when drinking boba ordered by parents. So you can see the kid is stretched here. I believe this happened in my game a few times recently too. So I don't really know why or what's going on there. You can see here, children stretch when child asks for invited to wedding. So that's really odd. Again, very random. This one's another really random one. Music loving children who listen deeply have stretched limbs. As stated above, kids slightly stretch and hover above the ground while deeply listening to music. And not when listening normally, only deeply listening. Very weird. Super, just what? I don't get it. So next we have toddlers' eyes look as if they've grown eyelashes. So this is ever since the May 2025 update. Basically, toddler sims have developed a thick line in the area where eyelashes should be. And this is a completely vanilla game, no mods, no custom content. So the issue is most noticeable when rotating the toddler's face to the side in Create a Sim. So you can see it here. So that's really odd. I don't know why this would be happening either. And so I'm assuming even when you go ahead and put like regular eyelashes on, this is still staying there. But you guys, that is all the bugs that I gathered. Of course, like like I said, there is so many more, but these are ones that stood out to me or had multiple people commenting or multiple threads about the same bugs. So go ahead and comment down below, as always, any bugs you're having in your Sims 4 game, and also always make sure to take out your mods in CC and then check back to see if the bugs are still happening. But with that, hopefully the Sims team rolls out a bunch more updates to fix things and it doesn't break a bunch of other things. But you guys, I'm gonna wrap this up here. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys.
You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest.